last time. So go ahead and get out your math book, open it to page 251 and 252. So today we are beginning an introduction to finding the perimeter of a polygon. So you remember, a polygon is a simple closed figure made up of line segments. So this is a polygon. This is a polygon. This is a polygon. These are simple closed figures and they're made up of line segments. This is a polygon. Any simple closed figure that is made up of line segments is a polygon. So we are going to find the perimeter of polygons. Now when you guys started, when we learned how to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius and Celsius to Fahrenheit, you guys have done so well on that because you learned the formulas. So in finding perimeters of different polygons, there are formulas that we're going to have to learn. We will write our formula every single time that we need to use it, and then you will have that committed to memory. And as we're adding more things onto the geometrical lessons, you won't have any problem with those. Okay. So when we find the perimeter, and it's perimeter, and then it looks like meter, perimeter. I think I spelled that right. Let me look. Yeah, like perimeter. So when we find the perimeter of a polygon, the first polygon that we are going to talk about is a triangle. So when we find the perimeter of a triangle, we're going to add A plus B plus C equals perimeter. So that is our formula for finding the perimeter of a triangle. Actually, it makes more sense if you write it this way. Perimeter equals A plus B plus C. Now, to find the perimeter of a rectangle, now we know that on a rectangle that the opposite sides are not only parallel, but they will be equal in length. So if this rectangle was, I can't read what this says, 4 meters, that obviously would be 4 meters. If this were 2 meters, then this side would obviously be 2 meters. So the formula for finding the perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Now I wrote my times two different ways. I wrote it this way the first time I said it. Second time I wrote it with the raised dot. When I'm doing any kind of equations or whatever, I tend to like to use the dot better than the multiplication sign. Okay? So that is one way that we can find the perimeter, or we can find the perimeter by saying perimeter equals length plus width plus width. So there are two different formulas. This is the formula that we will be using. Perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Okay? So that's the formula we will be using. Even if it asks you to find the perimeter using the addition, just go ahead and use it 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Alright? So let's go ahead and look at, let's go ahead and find the perimeter for this. So I'm going to write my formula before I begin. Perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So perimeter equals 2 times 4 plus 2 times 2. And we're talking about meters. So perimeter equals 8 plus 4. So perimeter equals 12. You always have to put what the measurement is. Perimeter equals 12 meters. Okay? And that is what your answer is. Your answer is not correct if you just write 12. 12 what? 12 ice cream cones, 12 dogs, 12 pencils, 12 students. No, it is 12 meters. So you have to have your measurement along with your number in order for your answer to be correct. All right? So let's go ahead and look at page 251. We are going to look at section 1A. On section 1A, it says, Mr. Hill plans to put a rectangular fence around his yard. So it's rectangular. There's my rectangle. His yard is 96 yards. So that would be the long part. 96 yards times, or I'm sorry, and 96 yards long and 49 yards wide. How many yards of fencing does he need? We're going to find out how many yards of fencing he needs by finding the perimeter of his yard. So perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So perimeter equals 96 times 2 plus 49 times 2. So 96 times 2, 6 times 2 is 12, put 2 down, carry the 1. 9 times 2 is 18, plus that 1 is 19, so it's 192, plus 9 times 2 is 18, put 8 down, carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus that 1 is 9. 92 plus 98. I'm just going to move my 98 over here because that's easier for me. 2 plus 8 is 10, put 0 down, carry the 1. 9 plus 9 is 18, 19, put 9 down, carry the 1. So it equals, the perimeter equals 290, what's our measurement? Yards. So that is the perimeter. Okay? The formula is there. Follow the formula and put your numbers in and then just do exactly what it's asking you to do. Remember, parentheses are always done together before doing anything else. Okay? Y'all got it? If you need to go back and watch it again, I think you can. You can just push that little, slide that little thing down and look at it again, okay? All right, our next story problem. Logan's parents built a new swimming pool last August. I wish this story problem said Miss McDermott built a new swimming pool last August. But it's Logan's parents. The pool is 42 feet long and 27 feet wide. So it's 42 feet long and 27 feet wide. What is the perimeter of the pool? So we're going to have perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. We're going to fill in our length, fill in our width. Perimeter equals 2 times 42 plus 2 times 27. Perimeter equals 42 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. I'm sorry. And 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2 times 27. 2 times 7 is 14. And 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So it's 54 plus 84. Perimeter equals 5 and 4 is 9. 8 and 5 is 13. Perimeter equals 139 feet. Okay? Y'all hanging on tight? All right, so let's go ahead and let's look at section 2. It says use addition to find the perimeter. So to find the perimeter, we are simply going to add A plus B plus C because that is a triangle. So you're going to add 9 and 5 is 14, and 14 plus 7 is 21. 21 what? What's your measurement? 21 yards. Be sure you have your measurement in your answer. Letter B. We have is that an octagon? 2, 4, 6. No, what's it called? A sectagon. I forget what it's called. 6 sides though. So you're going to multiply 12 times 6, or you can add 6 plus 6, or you can add 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12. Either way, you're going to come up with 72. And what's our measurement? 72 feet. Good job. Letter C, you have a rectangle. So you're going to have 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So 2 times 4 is 8. And 2 times 6 is 12. 8 plus 12 equals 20. 20, and the measurement is meters. Good job. And then we have another very tiny little long skinny rectangle. So it's 140, so our perimeter is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So we have perimeter equals, I lost it. Where'd it go? 143 times 2 plus 11 times 2. So perimeter equals 143. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 2 is 2. 286 plus 22. Perimeter equals 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. Put 0 down, carry the 1. Perimeter equals 308, and our measurement was inches. Okay? Go ahead and turn over to page 252. So we're going to do one more. We're going to look at 3A, and we're going to do 3A together. Okay, so we have the length equals 6 feet, and the width equals 5 feet. Our formula is perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Perimeter equals 2 times 6 plus 2 times 5. Perimeter equals 12 plus 10. Perimeter equals 22, and our measurement is feet. Okay? So that is how you're going to do those problems. Now I know, just like I did on page 251, just how I did those problems in section B, kind of in my head. I didn't write them down. I want you to go ahead and write down the steps in every one of these problems. Reason being, because if you get bigger numbers, I know how some of y'all, when you see the bigger numbers, you automatically, you freak out and think you can't do it because they're bigger numbers. But if you follow the steps that we do with smaller numbers, the same steps work for the bigger numbers. You know how to multiply, you know how to add. That's all it is. So I want you to have the steps very firmly planted in your thought process, so that when the bigger numbers do show up, it's a breeze. There's nothing to it. When the fractions show up, it's a breeze. There's nothing to it. When we have to convert one measurement to go with the other measurement, we know how to convert. The steps to finding the perimeter are already concrete in our brain. It's a breeze. So still write out each and every step. I won't be able to see it, but I will know as we continue on with our lessons whether you have done this or not by your work. Okay, I've seen it many times. All right, so go ahead and be sure and write those steps on every single problem. I love you guys, and you got this.